All right, so we're at Olympic Primary School, and the voting material and staff arrived here a few moments ago. It's about a half hour, 45 minutes, and in about 5 buses. However, that material is still in those buses. The staff are still inside the buses. Why? Because of the running battles that continue here at the Olympic Primary School. So what they have now brought is reinforcement. There's been quite a number of turnaround as far as more police being brought, deployed here. You have Kenya Forest Service, the National Youth Service, and the police themselves. Over 100 men and women in uniform here. So there is another water cannon that has been brought. There are 2 so far. One appears to have run out of water, or at least they've swapped with this one that perhaps you're seeing on camera right now. But what's interesting, Manzu, it's a water cannon, and we've just seen some concoction that was being mixed with the water. So perhaps those in security fields would know what that is and the effect it has. But what they've been doing is then flashing the protesters and the youth that had gathered right there where the camera, those pictures you can be able to see, that has been the front line. And so there's been a lot of firing, as you can hear. Even now, some of it is tear gas canisters, but it appears right now it's just firearms being shot, as whether they're live bullets or otherwise, that remains unclear. However, there have been 2 injuries. An ambulance and Red Cross staff were here moments ago attending to a person who was injured. Also a police officer, we saw one limping earlier on. So these 2 water cannons have just come again. We saw some concoction being put together. Some officers there were saying that when that water hits your body, you itch for 2 days straight, and it's very painful. Others were saying that some of that water is laced, in fact, with tear gas, and you could feel the impact and the effect of that as well, Manzu. So in essence, the youth over on the other side have made up their mind that this election will not take place here in this polling station, because they've just been engaging officers in running battles. Sometimes they get the officers to retreat, and sometimes the officers are able to push them back. But look at this. It appears the officers are retreating. So it appears they also have tear gas of their own officers, because look at these officers, Manzu. They are running back, and we're also going to try retreat, because trust me, with the wind blowing around here, in just a few moments, we'll also start feeling that effect. But you can see these officers were all down there. And then there's a valley on the other side. So that is where a lot of the engagement, even beyond what we are able to see, what we are able to see is, so as you can see all of these officers retreating, that just shows you this is going to be one of those. And look at that, they're also coming back up, you know. The protesters have been able to still taunt the officers, come back up. The officers get one down, and then they also get to retreat. So we keep having this. This has been, and then let's move back a little bit more. I can start feeling that tear gas now. Manzu, this has been that back and forth with these officers, literally all morning. For the past 3 hours, it has been they go forward, they engage the youth. At some point, they appear to have overwhelmed them. And then that turns around, like now, they're retreating. They'll have a different group go up. Because what you have, other than these ones that are retreating, some of them at the other few minutes ago had run out of tear gas. They've gotten more tear gas being brought in. So even they, as you can see from this one, are feeling the effect. So it appears they also have their own stock of tear gas on the other end. And then Manzu, to show you, quite a heavy deployment. Oops, and also on that side. You have them over here. You have the National Youth Service as well, although most of them appear to just be standing by. And I guess for them it was just to man the process, because they don't have any gear, they don't have any ammunition, they don't have any kind of guns or whatever else we are seeing these other police officers armed with the tear gas and the protective helmets as well, so they don't have that. And Manzu, I guess in a nutshell, if that is a nutshell, is to paint for you the picture here at Olympic Primary School. But not to say other polling stations in Kibra, at least we visited 2, one at Old Kibra Primary School, that opened. Remember, that's a polling station where Raila Odinga voted on the 8th of August. That opened. At 6 o'clock, we're able to speak to the presiding officer there. We're able to speak to one of the voters as well. So very low turnout. About 20 people had voted at the time we were there, but voting was going on there. But on this one,